All right, people, thank you so much for staying with us right here, still Eastbash on TVC, and it is now time for the entertainment news. We're starting with this one. Yvonne Jegede apologizes to May Yul-Edochie. Nollywood actress Yvonne Jegede has tendered a public apology to May Yul-Edochie, the estranged wife of actor Yul-Edochie, over her recent comments on Yul venturing into polygamy. While speaking on the Honest Bunch podcast recently, the single mom of one said she doesn't see anything wrong in Yul taking a second wife. She said some people criticizing Yul come from families with second or third wives, urging them to refrain from attacking the actor for his choice. Take a look. Clip: Yvonne Jegede was heavily criticized by social media users who felt her comments were intended to slight May Yul-Edochie. Reacting to the backlash, Yvonne Jegede issued a statement via Instagram page writing, and I quote, "I, Yvonne Jegede, would like to address the concerns and backlash that have arisen from my recent interview on the Honest Bunch podcast, where I discussed themes related to my latest film on Amazon Prime, A Father's Love. Upon reflecting on the interview, I realized that my words were not articulated in a way that conveyed my true intentions and have been misconstrued as insensitive, particularly towards Mrs. May Yul-Edochie, a woman who has endured significant pain and hardship occasioned by a strained marriage. I deeply regret that my comments were perceived as adding to her distress. It was never my intention to cause any pain or disrespect. I am truly sorry." She continued, "I want to clarify that my remarks about polygamy were meant to reflect its cultural context and to emphasize that how it is practiced is crucial. My goal was to convey that polygamy is part of our culture, but what matters is how it is approached. Unfortunately, this message was lost in my articulation. I want to stress that my comments were not intended to trivialize the pain of Mrs. May Yul-Edochie or any woman going through similar struggles. I do not claim to have advanced knowledge of the personal circumstances between Yul-Edochie and his ex-wife," end of quote. Concluding, she wrote, and I quote, "I apologize if my statements did not effectively convey this sentiment. I am grateful for the opportunity to clarify my intentions and express my sincere apologies to anyone who was hurt by my words," end of quote. Serious one.
What's that thing that they say about abundance of the heart and the words of thy tongue? Anyways, it was an interview. It was a video interview.
Yeah.
So we didn't read it in the newspaper.
Exactly.
Your words were recorded on an interview, except you're saying there are certain parts that were cut out, edited, and you were not allowed to say what you wanted to say. But that being said, our podcast could definitely
end some people's life.
Destroy this industry, because now, I mean, all you just need to do is just be in front of, especially this because this
Nedu Honest Bunch
podcast, this honest thing.
Ha.
A lot of people have come there. They've come to say a lot of things, and we've seen the backlash. These days, I don't even take seriously the backlash of social media.
Yeah.
Because it's the same social media that backlashes, right? And it's the same social media that will still
glorify all these things,
give that person fame of some sort. I mean, look at they all shouted Seda Bodge.
Yeah.
What's her name? Today, Seda is
trending.
Influence. You know, portable trends every other day.
Of course.
So she should just call the person that she has offended and speak to the person. I don't, maybe because...
So I feel because it was on social media, that's why she had to come out to social media to write an apology. And then something that a lot of people extracted from that interview when she put out this apology was they said, boy, in the video, you said, yes, you know that there's going to be a lot of backlash. So you expected it. It was something that you anticipated. And now you're acting sorry. Are you really sorry or not? At the end of the day, she has apologized and she said it's coming from her heart. So that's between her and May Yul-Edochie, and we hope they can sort it out.
We're all talking about her.
And now she's trending again.
So that's why I'm saying, like, the whole thing about podcasts.
Yeah.
Yes, people's opinions are true, but sometimes I feel like people go to the extreme or fake it just so that they know that this podcast, these conversations will trend on social media, especially on X. You see X and podcasts.
They are 5 and
married.
6. Yes,
so
they are
people
5 and
just
6.
they are waiting for chaos. So when they get that material to push chaos, they will push it regardless what your name is or who you are.
They don't want peace, they want violence.
I mean, maybe there's some sort of agreement before this podcast that says, you know what, come and say everything, be controversial, because at the end, the calmest of persons
would
when
open
they get
up.
on this podcast,
Yes.
there's some sort of thing that just takes over.
Especially through the Gideon word. Like, it's like it draws it out from your soul. You won't know when you just start casting and binding and saying things that you've never said to anybody. And then you not say, I've never said this to anybody.
So that's the thing now. She, after saying this, because it was definitely recorded.
It was, of course. It was a video.
There was a conversation in there. If you knew you were stepping out of bounds, you could have just at that point said, you know what, I have no comments. It's not my business. I'm not in that zone. But at the end of the day, she has gotten the trend. She's trending. I mean, it's not just this one. I mean, she's also trending for other things that she talked about her ex-husband. So many words were said.
Said a lot.
So many things were. So until the next podcast comes, we're still talking about this one. But yeah, we'll go on a short break and we'll be right back.